It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Jets. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Play action. It's Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 45. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. So Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 9, Carr. Caught out right by Renfrow.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carr to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And out across midfield down to the 45. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. They'll run. It's Dobbins. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Carr now on 1st down. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back. unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10. Now Carr. He sets to fire deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there. 81 yards. And the Raiders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he'll just get rid of it.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Wilson's throw there into the hands of Ross. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a big play that time by the Jets. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They'll run with Dobbins. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Wilson now off the bootleg. Touchdown, Jets. That's caught. Colin Johnson from 3 yards out. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. PAT up and good by Rosales. That'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosales on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Myles Jack there to make the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Carr. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
It got his man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes.
And the Raiders have got him. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And it looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9.
Here's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jetsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, you know, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
Now left side on the swing pass. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 36, Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way full steam, and he broke that one up.
Third and 2, now Wilson. And he'll let
this one go deep for Chark.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
This is taken around the 12. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that. He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the
pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Wilson from his end zone on 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Divine Diablo.
And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there. Try to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Touchdown, Raiders! It's complete. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr.
And the Raiders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The New York offense taking over for their next possession, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Taken at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
To throw his Carr. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
This is Harris. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he'll get this back across the midfield. Striping down to the 47-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, his linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense with 3 interceptions thrown already. We'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Wilson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Here's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And shedding through the tackle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On second down now, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Carlson on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. It's a first down and more for Dobbins as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. It's a big play that time by the Jets. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. they can't even get a play off. And they will take a knee here. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. And they take a knee. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because it's going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again?